which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Moment of silence. Thank you. City Clerk Golick, roll call, please.
Spitali. Here. Inez.
Here.
Yawinski.
Here.
Torres.
Here.
Higgs. Emerson.
Here.
Warple.
Here.
Rakos.
Here.
Markovich.
Here, let the record show 8 present, 1 absent. Next item on the agenda is the scholarships. Ms. Byricks.
Well, it's that time of the year again when we get to do the fun things, and that is to award scholarships and awards to our students in Hammond. And I want to thank the Common Council once again for sponsoring the Hammond Common Council Scholarship. Today we'll draw the winners, and then on May 13th we'll have the winners present to be able to present to them. Each of you has a little packet in front of you. The packet tells how many applications we received from each school. We have 174 applications altogether. There are actually 958 seniors that live in Hammond this year that are graduating from the Hammond schools. And what we do is we take the number of students at each school, the number of seniors, take the total number of seniors, divide that into that to find the percentage of scholarships for each school. And the number of scholarships for each school you can see off to the right. Bishop Nolan Hast will receive 1, Clark 2, Gavitt 3, Hammond High 3, and Morton 5. So we'll go ahead and get started. I will also pick a couple alternates for each school, and that in case that person that wins it or the people that win it, if somebody drops out, does not go on to school, then we've got somebody to back it up with. Okay, we're going to start with Bishop Knoll. We'll draw a winner and a couple alternates. I don't know if there's anybody here that wants to help me with all the names in here. Okay, Bishop Knoll. Yep. And it looks like Javier Miranda III is our winner. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and we will pick a couple alternates. Our first alternate is Tyler Dowd. Let's see. And we'll pick another alternate for Bishop Knoll. And our second alternate is Angelica Figueroa. Okay, so our winner at Bishop Knoll is Javier Miranda III. Our first alternate is Tyler Dowd. And our second alternate is Angelica Figueroa. Next, we'll do Clark. And we're going to pick 2 scholarships for Clark. The first winner is Eduardo Pineda, let's see, who attends the Area Career Center University. No, second scholarship winner. Amanda Reyes is the second scholarship winner. Then we'll do a couple alternates. Yes. The first alternate is Asuneza Castaneda. And second. Stephanie Mendoza is the second alternate. Okay, that's it for Clark. Then we'll do Gavitt is next,
Dan,
and
original graduate.
Gavitt will do 3 scholarship winners and 2 alternates. Mix these up a little bit so they're not sticking together for you. There you go. That's one. Okay, the first scholarship winner is Jade Hart. Okay. Second scholarship winner is Sabrina Lewis. Third scholarship winner is Chloe Flanagan. Now we need 2 alternates.
What's that last one?
Flanagan, Chloe Flanagan. So then we have alternate number 1 is Gabriella Winchell. And alternate number 2 Kevin Diaz. So we have Chloe Flanagan, Jade Hart, and Sabrina Lewis are all scholarship winners. Gabriella Winchell is the first alternate. Kevin Diaz is the second alternate. And those are all for Gavitt. And then we'll do Hammond High. You know.
I'm not sure.
We've got 3 scholarships for Hammond High plus 2 alternates. Hey, the first winner is Alex Echeverria. Second winner, Romisha Washington. And the third winner, Andrea Hampton. So the 3 scholarship winners are Andrea Hampton, Alex Echeverria, and Romisha Washington. And now we'll pick 2 alternates. The first alternate is Jean Marie Lambert. And the second alternate is Anna Celine Garcia. So our first alternate is Jean Marie Lambert, and second alternate, Anna Celine Garcia. Then we'll do the one scholarship for Haas.
Janet, you want to do half?
As long as he's there, fine.
Which way? How much do we allocate for this?
Are you picking Hast? All right. The scholarship winner for Hast is Mariah Barber. Couple alternates. First alternate is Jacqueline Martinez. And second alternate is Luis Serrano. So the winner is Mariah Barber. First alternate, Jacqueline Martinez. Second alternate, Luis Serrano.
Would you read their last name first?
Sure, for which one? For Hast, Barber, Martinez, and Serrano.
When you draw these, Teresa, could you read their last name first? Because
Sure.
they're in alphabetical order to find them.
Oh, okay, no
You have
problem.
two sheets there.
No problem. All right, there you go. All right, the first scholarship winner is De La Cruz. De La Cruz Alyssa. De La Cruz Alyssa. Second scholarship winner, the last name is Gardner. First name is Kara. Kara Gardner. Third scholarship winner, the last name is Eaton, Richard Eaton. Not doing this purposefully, but not making you turn your sheet so far, it looks like. Maybe we can get one from the second page here. Here we go. Ramos. Mariah Ramos. And one more scholarship winner. Last name is Kierzyn. Let's see, Kryszyn Magdalene. So our 5 scholarship winners are De La Cruz Alyssa, Eaton Richard, Gardner Kara, Kierzyn Magdalene, and Ramos Mariah. Now we'll pick a couple alternates. The first alternate is Clopton Alaya. Clopton is the last name.
Can you say that again, please? Spell it.
Clopton, Clopton.
Thank you.
Second alternate is Hacker, Hacker, Sarah. And then we'll pick one more since we've got so many for Morton.
Because we have so many.
Yeah. Just in case. And the third alternate is Carla Martinez is the last name. Martinez, first name is Carla. So the three alternates are Clopton, Hacker, and Martinez. And that does it. And thank you, and we'll see you on the 13th with the winners.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Myrick. I just want to say thank you for all the work that you did putting this together. I know, having been involved in it in the past, that it's quite time-consuming. So
Well-
thank you to you and Laney.
Well, I was going to say, my secretary, Laney, I don't know what I'd do without her, so, and she's does all this organizing behind the scenes for us, and I really appreciate what she does.
Thank you very much.
Next item on the agenda is reading of the minutes.
President,
Councilman Spitali.
motion to accept the minutes for April 8th, 2019, be placed on file, please.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Spitali, second by Councilman Emerson, that the minutes be placed on file. Is there any discussion? Discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Approval of claims, Councilman Warple.
Mr. President, I make a motion, we accept the claims as written, beginning with claims dated 4/9/19 and ending with claims dated 4/17/19. Claim number 2053 through claim 2458 inclusive, in the amount of $17,131,541.48.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Warple, second by Councilwoman Vines, that the approval of claims. Any discussion? Roll call.
Spitali,
Yes.
Vines,
Yes.
Kalwinski. Yes. Torres,
Yes.
Higgs, Emerson. Warple,
Yes.
Rakos,
Yes.
Markovich.
Yes. Claims approved, eight in favor, one absent. Public hearing, City Clerk Golick.
Item 8, ordinance 19-09, sponsored by Councilman Warple, an ordinance to appropriate monies into the 2019 gaming fund.
Anyone wish to speak on ordinance 19-09? Anyone wish to speak on ordinance 19-09? Anyone wish to speak on ordinance 19-09? Public hearing is closed. Communications.
Mr. President,
I'm sorry, who was that? Councilman Warple?
we received a letter from George Stoya dated April 21st, 2019, and I make a motion that it be read into the minutes and placed on file.
Motion by
Second.
Councilman Warple, second by
Second.
Councilman Vines, to accept the communications and be placed on file. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Any other communications? Any other communications? Any other communications? Communications are closed. Committee reports.
Mr. President,
Councilman Warple.
Council as a whole will be bringing out 1909.
Mr. President,
Councilwoman Venez.
As I do at every meeting, I'd like to read the upcoming Community and Crime Watch meetings. On Wednesday, May 1st, Edison Community Watch will meet at Edison School beginning at 6:30 p.m. On Wednesday, May 8th, Edison Community Watch on the Road will meet at the Golden Manor Senior Apartments. That will be at a special time. That will be at 4 p.m., and the O'Bannon School Choir will be entertaining the seniors on that day. Excuse me. Irving Community Watch will meet Friday, May 3rd, at Irving School, beginning at 9:15 a.m. This is a bilingual program. Pulaski Park Neighborhood Association will meet Tuesday, April 30th, at the American Legion on Goslin, beginning at 6:30 p.m. The South Homan Avenue Neighborhood Watch, formerly the Indy Illy Crime Watch, will meet at Trinity Lutheran Church on the corner of 173rd and Homan. That will begin at 6:30 p.m. Did I say that's Thursday, April 25th? Whiting Robertsdale Crime Watch will meet on Thursday, May 9th, at Calumet College, beginning at 6:30 p.m. I urge everyone to come out to one of these meetings. It's how you can find out what's going on in your neighborhood and get to know the community policing officer who patrols your neighborhood. Incidentally, Coffee with a Cop that was scheduled for this Thursday, April 25th, has been canceled. I'd like to announce that due to the generosity of Mayor McDermott and his gaming grant, we once again can offer the free security light program. This is a dusk to dawn light that's given to any Hammond homeowner. The light is free of charge. It's installed free of charge. All you have to do is pay the bill. You can apply in person only. June 3rd through June 7th only. That's in room 113 at City Hall. Quantities are limited, so first come, first serve. Thank you.
Any other committee reports? Committee reports closed. Ordinances for third and final passage. City Clerk Golick.
Ordinance 19-09, sponsored by Councilman Warple. An ordinance to appropriate the monies into the 2019 gaming fund.
Mr. President,
Councilman Warple.
I move for final passage and adoption of 1909.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Warple, second by Councilman Spitali for final passage and adoption of 19-09. Any discussion?
Mr. President,
Councilman Warple.
for those that weren't in caucus, this is a reappropriation of money that was left over from the gaming funds. As an example, if we appropriated, say, $200,000 for a street and it only cost $150,000, this appropriates it back into our accounts.
Any other discussion? Any other discussion? Any other discussion? Roll call.
Spitali. Yes. Venez.
Yes.
Kalwinski.
Yes.
Torres.
Yes.
Higgs. Emerson.
Yes.
Warple.
Yes.
Rakels.
Yes.
Markovich.
Yes, motion passes 8 in favor, 1 absent.
President Markovich, that concludes the ordinances for final passage.
Item 10, introductions of ordinances. City Clerk Golick.
Item 8, ordinance 19-10, sponsored by the petitioner, NH Vegas LLC, and Councilman Kalwinski. An ordinance reclassifying certain lands in the city of Hammond for zoning purposes and amending ordinance number 8514, which is an ordinance establishing a zoning plan for the city of Hammond, including the regulations and maps to administer the zoning plan in order to provide for orderly growth and development within the city, all in accordance with the comprehensive land use plan as amended for property commonly known as 850 Indianapolis Boulevard, Hammond, Indiana.
Mr. Chairman,
Councilman Kowinski.
I move that 19-10 pass through first and second reading with a council as a whole meeting scheduled for 5:15 p.m. on 5/13/19, and also with a notice of intent to consider on 5/13/19.
Motion by Councilman Kowinski, second by Councilman Spitali, that ordinance 19-10 be referred to council as a whole for May 13th meeting at 5:15.
With the notice of intent to consider on 5/13 as well.
Notice can consider on 5:13 also. We need a public hearing or no?
No.
Any discussion? Any
Mr. Chair-
discussion?
Mr. Chairman?
Councilman Kowinski?
Just briefly, this is a zoning change for for demolition of a gas station and a car wash to put up a brand-new gas station and car wash and other things. So in order to do that, we have to clean up the zoning within the 35 acres, and so that's why we're doing this. Thank you.
Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
President Markovich, that concludes the introduction of ordinances.
Item 11, resolutions.
Resolution 19R-11, sponsored by Councilman Torres. A resolution recognizing and honoring 18th Street Brewery as the best brew pub in America.
Councilman
Chairman?
Torres.
Mr. Chairman,
Councilman Torres.
I move for final passage of Resolution 19R11.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Torres, second by Councilman Warple for passage of Resolution 19R11. Councilman Torres.
Mr. Chairman, I just think it's a proud moment or a proud time for the city of Hammond to have #1 craft beer brewery in the country, right here in the city of Hammond. And of course, it's in the second district. So there's nobody here today from the brewery, but I'm going to invite them for the next meeting. Got a couple of awards to present to them in honor of that great accomplishment. Thank you.
Any other discussion? Any other discussion? Any other discussion? Roll call.
Spitali. Yes. Vines.
Yes.
Kalwinski.
Yes.
Torres.
Yes.
Higgs. Emerson.
Yes.
Warple.
Yes.
Rakels.
Yes.
Markovich.
Yes, motion passes 8 in favor, 1 absent.
President Markovich, that concludes the reading of the resolutions.
Next item is new and unfinished business.
Mr. President. Mr. President, I just noticed on our calendar here that the meeting on May 27th is Memorial Day. I make a motion that we move that meeting to,
May 13th. Wouldn't
May 13th is the second
Oh, okay.
Tuesday. So the fourth Tuesday is on Memorial Day, the 27th. I make a motion that we move that meeting to the 28th.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Warple, second by Councilwoman Vines, that the May 27th meeting would be canceled and will be moved to May 28th. Any discussion?
I just noticed it.
Any discussion? Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Mr. President,
Councilman.
I'd like to make an
Nichols.
announcement about May 4th. HC3 is sponsoring the 5th semi-annual Hessville Community Cleanup Day. That is May 4th at 10 a.m. Everybody's meeting at Freddy's Steakhouse. Bring rakes and shovels, but we'll have everything else, including refreshments for people. This will be the 5th time they've had it over the last 3 years. 10 o'clock.
Any other new and unfinished business?
Mr. President.
Councilman Rako.
Also on May 4th, we have the Cinco de Mayo Fiesta at the Hammond Civic Center, Saturday, May 4th, from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Tickets are $15.
Any other new and unfinished business? Any other new and unfinished business? Any other new and unfinished business is closed. Public expression. Could somebody bring up the sheet, please? Oh, I'm sorry, thank you. George Stoya. Chris Mortis.
Good evening. My name is Christopher Mortis. I live at 3106 165th Street in Hammond, Indiana. And I've come in this evening to present to you a petition to legalize the backyard keeping of chickens. The petition reads, "We, the undersigned, are residents of the city of Hammond who urge our leaders to amend ordinance number 8762, subsection 91.035, which passed in June of 2006. The subsection pertains to domestic animals and fowl, and we're asking that you amend it to allow backyard chicken keeping, female only, no roosters, in the city limits year-round with reasonable parameters similar to other communities in our area." I'd like to, I left one piece of paper. Sorry about that. Little background real quick. The current ordinance, as I said, was passed in 2006, but it was in response to the potential risk of avian influenza, also known as H5N1. The Center of Disease Control and Prevention has said that there is little risk to humans, or the risk is low. No animal or human infection with H5N1 have ever occurred in the United States, and most human infections of H5N1 viruses in other countries have occurred after prolonged and close contact with infected or dead birds. So like these massive chicken facilities where their chickens are living on top of chickens and people are slaughtering the chickens and the blood is splattering all over the place. I'll spare you the rest of the details. Those are the places where people have contracted the virus. Additional information, backyard chicken keeping is a healthy, economic, and sustainable way to feed and enrich ourselves, our families, and our communities. Besides providing us fresh eggs, hens make great pets. Chicken keeping also encourages local sustainable living, invoking us to take control of our food supply, and chicken keeping offers us educational opportunities with our children. The last thing I'd like to share with all of you this evening is a few quotes from people who signed the petition. First, Peggy Hyde says, "We need to catch up with the rest of America. Even big cities are doing this." Alma Hogan says, "I agree with this petition, but also think that there should be a limit on how many chickens residents can have at one time. Otherwise, we'll have a bunch of chickens like we do cats." This next one is a personal favorite. It comes from Lacey Kessel, who lives a few doors down from me. Unbeknownst to me, Lacey, well, how do I put this? I knew that Lacey brought her daughter over to peek at my chickens through the fence on a regular basis, but I didn't know the details of what she shared when she signed the petition online. It reads, "The chickens are no problem. You hardly notice they are there until you look in the backyard, and most of the time, they're inside the garage." There's a kind of a chicken door from one side of the garage to the chicken coop. She says, "My daughter, who is 2 years old, loves walking over and clucking at the chickens. That was the one thing my grandma did with my daughter. She passed away in July. This would have been last July. So we keep it going with her. I don't see the problem with having 3 or 4 chickens as long as owners have control, and no more than 4, I don't see a problem." So this woman essentially walks over to my backyard to peer at my chickens through the fence with her 1 to 2-year-old daughter on a daily basis.
Chris, I want to thank you.
Yep.
I think your daughter's telling you that your 3 minutes are up.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Any questions? Or do I just get out of here? Okay.
That concludes public expression. The chair would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Motion by Councilwoman
Second.
Vines, second by Councilwoman Morrow. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. My apologies, I missed the top part of that.
It's okay.
Drop down.
My name is Maria Castillo. I live on 4230 Tall Avenue, Hammond, Indiana. I am the president of the Amore Club at the Area Career Center University. Amore stands for Amazing Mentors and Outstanding Role Models who are trying to establish a positive environment in our community. Our goal is to bring our community together by offering resources that can help everyone. We are looking for sponsors who can financially assist us in attending the USHLI, United States Hispanic Leadership Institute Conference next year. We are also looking to bring Señora Consuelo Castillo Kickbush to Hammond. She was the main speaker at the USHLI College Fair this year, and in order to do so, she must be notified 7 months ahead of time to speak to our community. Señora Kickbush was raised along the border of in El Barrio in Laredo, Texas. Although she didn't grow up very wealthy, she learned valuable lessons taught to her by her immigrant parents. She was rich in culture, tradition, values, and faith. The values she learned as a child were then reinforced in the U.S. military, in her career in the U.S. military. These values and lessons taught to us would benefit the students, the parents, and as well as our community members. Señora Kickbush goes around the United States to speak to communities. She is the CEO of the FLI, the Family Leadership Institute. The Family Leadership Institute curriculum focuses on teaching parents and caregivers skills using a practical 10-step approach. It is a program designed for families to achieve academic and life success. If she comes, she will be at the ACC and ACCU talking to the students, and later on in the day, she will meet with the parents and community members as a guest speaker. This is why we come to you for help. We believe that with the right sponsors, we would be able to meet our goal and unite our community. And right here, we have a contract with offers, so if anybody would like to see it, thank you for your time, and we hope we could speak to you regarding this matter.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Mr. President,
Councilwoman Vines?
were there more to speak? You were the spokesperson. Okay. Mr. President, I guess, do I have to make a motion to close public expression?
Motion by Councilwoman Vines. Well, we went back to new and unfinished business, basically what we did.
Okay. Well,
So, close.
how about if we just, if I make a motion to adjourn this meeting?
Motion by Councilwoman Vines, second by Councilman Spitali to adjourn. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you. My apology.